What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today I want to try to tackle removing the 535i badge on the trunk of my F10. Now this is something I've wanted to do since picking up the car. I think it really makes the rear end look a lot better and a lot more clean and more put together. And eventually I plan to throw on M Sport front and rear bumpers, and with that will come the rear diffuser and the exhaust that I eventually decide on. And I think having the badge removed off of the car will make the rear end just look a lot more aggressive and a lot more clean. And so I figured I'd try to film the process in which I'm going to take to remove this badge. I definitely don't think it's the only way to debadge a car, but it's just a process that I'm going to take given the tools that I have available to me. And so hopefully if you decide to follow the way I do it, yours turns out hopefully the same way mine does. So let's get into it. Alright, so like I said in the introduction, I definitely don't think that the way I'm going to do this is the only way to do this. This is just the method that I think will work best. I've seen a couple videos. I don't think it's that hard to apply some heat and pretty much saw the little badge off. So I'm going to start off by taping this whole area like around the badge just to kind of protect maybe the light and just the paint around in case I accidentally apply too much heat. I'm gonna put a bunch of masking tape around, and then I'll start applying some heat and get some thread to get under there, and hopefully we can start getting these little badges off. Alright, so something kind of interesting happened. I don't know if this has been anybody else's experience when trying to debadge their car, but let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So as you can see, all of the numbers and the eye are off of the car, and the only place that I applied heat was over here around the eye. I wanted to start here as sort of like an experiment to make sure I didn't overheat anything. And once I cut through the eye, which came off in literally 3 seconds, I just tried getting my thread underneath here at the corner and chopping through the rest of the adhesive, and it worked perfectly. I didn't need any heat at all. I don't know if the heat is supposed to help with maybe just cleaning this up after the fact, but if you run into the same thing and you use, I guess, the same thread that I used or equivalent, I didn't use floss. I actually used some upholstery grade like seam thread, which is really thin. It wasn't thick at all, so it doesn't it doesn't have a hard time getting underneath the corners, but it worked perfect. I didn't need to apply heat at all. I'm gonna try to clean this up without using heat and hopefully just wrap this job up pretty quick and easy. All right, just a quick update. So as you can see, most of the lettering is kind of off at this point. So I just wanted to show you guys, like, I guess the method that's working for me. I didn't have to apply any heat. And in fact, I didn't have to use anything at all. All I'm doing here is just kind of getting here and rubbing the old little adhesive off. Now again, I don't know if you'll have the same experience as I am. I've seen a couple different videos where people are using like WD-40 or they're using heat to kind of melt this off or at least loosen it up. I've seen a couple other ways of doing it, but this way is working for me. I already kind of prepped this area before starting the job, so that way there's not like dust or anything. I'm not in here like scratching the paint any more than it already was. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking all of this off and then clean the area up after I remove the tape and sort of polish this up. And then I'll just show you guys the final result. All right, now that the tape is removed and all of the adhesive is cleaned up, you can see it looks super awesome. Didn't take very much work. Once I got the rest of the bulk of the adhesive off, I just used this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound just to kind of get the rest of the residue that was like stuck really hard to the trunk, not like the surface level stuff, and then wiped it down with some instant detailer, and you couldn't even tell that there was ever a badge right there. Super stoked on this one. Let me get a couple B-roll clips and we'll wrap this video up. Alright, and that about wraps it up for this week's video. Hopefully you guys, everyone who's watching it, is really getting some value, kind of enjoying what I'm doing with my F10, all these little projects and such. It's been really fun to document so far, and I'm hoping to keep up trying to post every week, but at the very least just posting consistently at all. So if you're rocking with me, I'd appreciate a like, a comment, a subscribe if you're into that kind of stuff. And I appreciate all the support so far. And with that, we're going to call this one wrapped up. See you guys in the next one. Peace.